Hey you guys, it is time to pick a card, pick a deck, pick a story. So as you know, in each of these decks there will be a story for you. So I want you all to look at each deck and see which one resonates with you the most. So will it be deck number 1? Is this the deck that is calling you or resonating with your soul? Is this your story? Is this your message? Is it deck number 2? Is your story or message in this deck? Is it? Sorry to be so dramatic, but is it? Or is your story in deck number 3? Is your soul resonating with the messages here? What does Spirit say? All right, you guys, drum roll. Getting ready to start with deck number 1. Hope you made your choice. All right. All right, so for deck number 1, starting off, we have the central issues as the King of Pentacles, Ace of Swords, Two of Wands, Knight of Wands, Two of Swords, Six of Cups, Three of Wands, Nine of Wands. Okay, so someone has been thinking about you that lives across the way. This person is at a distance. You've been on their mind and their thoughts. This person is thinking about reaching out to you. So they may be sending you a text message, or if they call you, it's like they're leaving a voice message. This person could be an earth sign, Taurus, Capricorn, Virgo. Could be Aries, Leo, Sag. Could be a Scorpio. And I'm feeling like someone is getting ready to express how they feel. They have been holding back. They didn't know how to approach you, and they felt as if time has been slipping away. Now, also, please keep in mind, this can also go the other way around. You, especially my alpha males that like to pursue, there's someone that you are getting ready to make an offering to. I'm feeling like somebody is about to show out. If you're about to make your presence known, someone is making sure that their appearance is on point. So I'm seeing like someone with their new outfit, a big face watch. I'm seeing their hair groomed, their beard groomed. I feel like this person has a sense of style or sense of fashion. This person takes pride in their appearance here. And I just feel that this person is ready to move forward. They've been taking a long time though, because we do have this pentacle energy. But they have been really contemplating how they want to approach you. And this is someone I feel that is from your past. It may be an ex, it may not be an ex, but with the Six of Cups, someone from your past is coming out from hiding. They've been closed off. There hasn't been any communication. Someone has been extremely guarded. They've been hiding their emotions, and they're ready to move forward. So they're taking action now. They're coming towards you. They're enthusiastic. They're optimistic. They're motivated. They're rushing through. This person maybe has finally had clarity on a situation, especially with the Two of Wands. I don't know if you or the other person had been unclear about what direction or what path you wanted to go on. This is having made a clear choice, or you see something that gives you clarity, or they see something that gives them clarity. If this is in regards to career, since this person is holding a coin, there is an opportunity for you to kind of rush in with whatever it is this opportunity is. It's like, oh, let me take advantage of this opportunity here. Now, I'm feeling like there is some sort of temporary stop or blockage when it comes to this person here. Someone's going to be guarded. For whatever reason. I don't know, maybe they don't trust this person, because I'm picking up trust issues with this person, or just not wanting to be vulnerable, not wanting to open up, not wanting to be exposed. Someone didn't want to be exposed. Someone has been hiding, and now they're ready to open up, though. I almost feel like, too, if someone that you've been waiting for finally comes, like at first you're going to be guarded. Like, what do you want now? Like, I waited to hear from you 3 weeks ago, 2 months ago. Why are you just now returning? And then I feel like your guards go down because you remember why you fell in love with this person. You remember all the good things, all the good times, and you guys are just kind of deciding to maybe start off slow, or not even really start off slow, because for some of you, I'm seeing something happening actually kind of quickly. I feel like it's trying to decide, are we on the same page? Also, maybe you have more than one person that you're interested in, and it's like, why do I have to choose? Why do I have to decide? So you might feel torn when it comes to, someone coming into your life, or this is you wanting to keep your options open. But I'm seeing you maybe seeing a future with this person, or this person is seeing a future with you. Someone is feeling like their ship has sailed in. Someone needs to overcome their insecurities or their trust issues, because it causes delays here. Someone starts to overthink something and gets paranoid. This may be coming on both ends, like the both of you have trust issues for different reasons. Yeah, I'm starting to feel like that's the thing that you guys have in common. And that's why this person is coming into your life, to help you overcome these issues. You guys are somehow going to help or heal each other, because there has been some sort of stagnant energy between you and this other person, or it's like stop and go energy. I feel like the both of you want to make things happen, but it's, where do we begin? The possibilities are, so broad here. Where do we begin is what I feel like you guys are asking. And like I said, it does, even if it's not in regards to love or relationships, there's some sort of opportunity presenting itself to you. And this is something that you used to love doing. This is something that you had a passion for. Maybe at some point you had given up. Maybe you thought you would never get a chance to work in this type of field, or maybe you thought you would never get a chance to go back to school. But now the opportunity is at hand, and you have, a decision to make. Let me clarify a few things here. I'm seeing too, after blocking or ignoring someone's call, or blocking or ignoring someone's gesture, they're changing their mind. They're like, okay, like they looked at your number and then they were like, I don't want to talk. And then they're like, let me call them back. Or if at one point you were the one that had reached out, or it could go the other way around is what I'm saying. This happened to you. So whoever got ignored or whoever did the ignoring is now deciding to open up. Whoever did the ignoring is deciding to open up. I'm seeing secrets, hidden emotions. Oh, wow. Okay. So it's clarified by the Knight of Wands, which is the first person it came out in a reading. It's like they're rushing forward. They're in pursuit now. But you're guarded towards them. Oh my God, really? It's two energies around you. Fire and earth. There are these hidden feelings for each person. You're going to feel spoiled. Like, wow, I have more than one offer coming in. I didn't expect that. Okay, so now we have water coming through. So maybe Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. Someone is just really ready to open up. Really ready. Now that's weird to have the Death card here. Either you are shooting this person down with your no's and rejections, or this is something that was once dead that is now resurrecting, resurfacing, an old issue being reborn, some like ghost of your past or something of that sort. Interesting. Now for some of you it is about spirit. Trying to ignore messages from spirit, from someone who's crossed over, from your ancestors. And it's ignoring the messages from them. Let's see who this Six of Cups is. Who is this returning? Could be an Aquarius. Someone is pouring their heart out. They're being vulnerable. They're putting themselves on the line. Someone has missed you or has felt lost without you, or like they had no sense of direction. For some of you, it's not love, it's your children. Maybe your children are coming back home. If anything has been lost, like literally anything, I'm feeling like it's being returned to you. If something was lost or kept hidden from you, it's being returned. So it could be like an item. It could be your car. If your car was stolen, I feel like for some of you or one of you, somebody is being found. If you feel like this is a long lost soulmate, they're returning. If it's a pet, something that got away from you is being returned. And to someone else, this is like they're viewing you as the one that got away. And now they're realizing what it is that they want and what is valuable to them. So someone might be saying, I feel like, you know, you brought value to my life. I felt like you were my match. I'm just feeling like someone is driven in moving forward with what it is that they want. I'm also seeing something in regards to legal matters. If you lost a court case, or if you felt that, for instance, if it's in like a custody battle, if you feel like you were the one that lost out, I feel like now you are getting your children back. If there's anything that you felt was unfair, I feel like you're receiving some sort of blessing here, some sort of gift. Your faith is being restored. You're going to realize that you've been protected all along, that, you know, God has been looking out for you all along, or the universe, however you view source. Source has been looking out, looking after you. And you've been protected. Now, I'm also seeing something in regards to an agreement or a soul contract. If someone does come back into your life, I'm feeling like somebody is setting boundaries and saying, look, if you want to get back together, it can't be the way it used to be. You know, we can't go on like that. You know, things have to be this way, that way. We have to listen to each other. Things have to be fair. So I'm feeling like there's a need to set boundaries and lay down the law when it comes to reconnecting with someone. I'm also seeing this as, again, some sort of purchasing of a vehicle where you're having to sign a contract. Also, this could be something in regards to a trip, having to make adjustments in your trip. So rescheduling something, rescheduling your flight or train or your rent-a-car, something's being adjusted or rescheduled here. If there was any type of settlement unclaimed, if there was any type of settlement in regards to a vehicle, like a past vehicle accident, and you went to small claims court or whatever have you, someone is having justice here. And I'm also seeing a truth come out about a matter. This is all about someone speaking their truth and feeling like it's now or never. Like, I need to express this, or I'm putting this on the line. Like someone is preparing for the worst. Not saying that the worst is going to happen, but they're thinking of the worst case scenario. It's like, what's the worst that can happen? Let me just be upfront with this person. And so someone is detaching themselves emotionally because they don't want to get hurt, just in case they get rejected. So they're putting on a shield and they're, moving forward with their truth. Yeah, see, I feel like the past is returning here. Somebody has been watching you. Somebody has been observing you and studying you. Someone has been on their own personal journey as well. It's not just personal. But for some of you, somebody has been doing some soul searching. Maybe it's you. Someone has been learning a lot of lessons, and they've grown and matured in the amount of time that they've been away from you, or the amount of time that they've been distant, you know, whatever the case. They've matured since they've been gone. And someone is just ready to face their past now. Someone is having some sort of realization as well. And someone finally believes in soulmates or twin flames or past lives. Someone is having some sort of new spiritual belief, or they underwent some sort of spiritual transformation. And, you know, they're looking for someone who can give them the answers, or they're looking for someone who they have that in common with, or somehow spirituality is now a huge factor in your choice of partners, in your choice of career. Maybe you don't want to settle down in a career where something doesn't feel right or set right with your soul. So yeah, you know, I just overall feel like truth is coming out. I'm also seeing someone posting up a song, expressing how they feel through music, or sending you a song, and it makes you smile. You're sitting here and you're saying, I don't believe you were thinking about me. That song says so much about us, about what we've experienced. I still love you. I do, even if it's just as a friend. It's like realizing that you still love this person, and just kind of embracing the fact that you guys are and forever will be soulmates, regardless if you marry this person or not. It's just kind of like saying we are soulmates. And this Knight of Wands here, he's determined, he's driven. Or this is you about your passions, especially if you're creative. This is you moving towards that, and allowing yourself to open up and be creative. Saying, if I want my music to stand out, if I want people to notice me for my skills, I need to allow myself to be open and vulnerable. Could be dealing with a Libra. Someone is coming back because they feel like they left you hanging, or they felt like it wasn't fair. Something wasn't fair. They want to make it right because it's not sitting right with their soul. They've been feeling guilty about the way things ended, or guilty about something, guilty about what they did. And they just want to make things right. They're like, I don't want this sitting on my soul. You know, I want to do what's right. I want to do what's just and fair here. So someone is coming back to return a favor, or to, you know, overall do what is right. And again, I'm just kind of seeing someone making a confession, making something official, or making some sort of confession. Like, this is my official apology. I'm sorry for cheating, or I'm sorry for having an affair. I'm sorry I didn't just come out to you, or I'm sorry I didn't tell you that I was in love with you. It could be any of those things. Someone apologizing for cheating, or someone apologizing for leaving you hanging, even though there was a connection there. It's just like they were sneaking around, they were hiding, they were pussyfooting around the situation. And again, we have the Sun here. So again, this is about truth. This is a revelation. This is revealing something. There's having a conversation that has been avoided. This is also someone who has been avoiding a conversation, or lying about being attracted to you. Like they are hiding. This person has been hiding or carrying on as if they were disinterested. It's the same as lying. Someone who had been avoiding a connection or avoiding their attraction towards you. I see that happening as well. those of you that want to start your own business, I'm seeing this as you doing everything you can to avoid starting your own business or being independent. So now you're having to file legal documents and papers, and you're having to sign stuff. Just make sure that, I almost feel like you the one that's lying. I was going to say look at that fine print, but I almost feel like you the one covering something up. I don't know if it's for tax purposes, like you're like, I'm not going to tell that part. So I feel like you're leaving something off of a document in order to have what you want. You might have, even if it's applying for a credit card, it's like you're lying about your income, or something that you are keeping secret. For some of you, you might have received some money and you're keeping that a secret from your family or from other people. Maybe because you don't want people coming and begging for you. You know, you got needy people around you. Or, you know, it's the other way around. Yeah, somebody's been hiding something from you. Either way, the truth is coming out about what was being kept hidden here. I'm seeing someone who's been hurting. Look at the Emperor trying to peek out. Yeah, but overall, somebody has been watching you. They have had their eye on you. And they've been struggling with, you know, coming clean with how they felt for one reason or another. Could be many reasons. This is having many excuses, holding on to excuses in order not to move forward. Yeah, just trying to avoid a situation. So, yeah, this is basically what I'm getting from those of you that chose deck 1. Now they're coming back fighting. They feel like they have to have you. They don't want you to, they don't want to lose you again for the second time or the third time, whatever the case. I feel like there's been many missed opportunities. You've lost count. But this person is willing to do whatever it takes. I feel like they had to undergo some sort of, they had to take on a new identity. This person is having a renewal in their life, a rebirth or something. There's something taking place. And this person is going to be giving you a lot of attention. I feel like it's going to be exactly what you needed. You're like, I needed this because I was losing hope. All right, so let's move on to deck number 2. Was this deck number 2? Yes, it was. Oh, same thing being reiterated. 6 of Cups. Lovers. Yep. All right, so those of you that chose deck number 2, central issue, we have the 9 of Wands, which was how the other first deck just ended. So some of y'all picked 1 and 2. 2 of Cups. The Star. 6 of Cups. Queen of Wands. 3 of Wands. Same messages. The Lovers. 10 of Pentacles. Someone is opening up to you. They have been afraid. They've been pulling back. They're coming out of the shadows. They have gained some sort of confidence. Something inspired them. I don't know what happened. Maybe they saw an example of a love that they wanted. And I'm, of course, talking about love first. But in regards to the, you know, the type of love or relationship that they wanted, I feel like maybe they saw something and they just got inspired. And it made them feel like, you know what, life is short. If this is what I want, I'm going to have to, you know, go after it. I have to be ready to face the challenges, to face rejection, to face my trust issues, my abandonment issues. I'm ready to deal with it here. So I understand now that I must take a risk to have what I want. So someone is feeling inspired and they're motivated to overcome their insecurities here. Two people are getting to know one another. There's a love connection happening. This person is a soulmate. You guys both feel the connection. It's a spiritual connection and it's a telepathic connection. You guys can read each other. You guys can feel each other. You're empaths when it comes to each other. This is dealing with that. Maybe that was also something that was scary. Like, I don't want to be with someone that close. I don't want someone that close to me. I like my space, and you are just too close to me. So I'm feeling like someone is opening up and they're just kind of overcoming their insecurities and they're just becoming very confident. For some of you, you could be dealing with an Aquarius, or it could be a Gemini, could be an Aries, Leo, Sag, or Scorpio. Could be someone with those energies. Someone is putting, they're ready to walk that path. They've been dreaming about you, or you have been dreaming about this person. I just feel like the things that you've been praying for and wishing for, like your prayers are being answered here. Like you put all these prayers out into the universe, and maybe at one point you had lost faith or lost hope. But now you're receiving your blessings, or you're receiving a gift here. So yeah, with the Six of Cups here, someone is definitely coming back from your past. You guys are having a chance to catch up again. Like I said, Six of Cups doesn't have to necessarily be an ex, but usually it's someone that you feel very familiar with. Or it's just someone that you grew up with or know from your childhood, high school. You guys are you feel comfortable with this person, and that's because this is your soulmate. You guys knew each other before you came here. You guys knew each other in another life. And, you guys are just really connecting. There's flirtation going on. There's a strong attraction going on between the two of you. You guys are just feeling motivated to move forth with each other. For those of you that are dealing with a female, or if you are the female, I'm seeing someone who's very sexual, someone who is very comfortable with her sexuality. She's very mysterious. She likes to be a leader, or she at least likes to be a leader of her own self. She is her own boss, or she has more of an entrepreneur type spirit or energy. And this person is also competitive, even if they don't really appear to be. This is someone who's very competitive. Someone has been waiting for the right opportunity to make a move. Someone has been keeping their distance. Someone also may be at a distance. But they've been keeping their distance and just observing you, or you have been observing them. And something's going to happen that brings you two together. This is like divine timing. This is a divine connection. It's no coincidence that this person has come into your life. So I feel like your faith is being restored and showing you that you were right. Your intuition was right in the first place, or your first instincts were right. For some of you, it's a twin flame. For some of you, it is just someone who you share that a spiritual connection with. You guys both have a higher calling or a higher purpose. The physical attraction is just for earthly pleasures, but within a soul, there's something much more deeper than that. I'm feeling like you guys are having some sort of conversation, and you're talking about spirituality, you're talking about philosophical things, or at least this is the type of connection that you can have with this person. And I also feel that when the full moon moves into, when there's the full moon in Gemini, it's going to bring about this opportunity, or these secrets are going to come out. So something is happening at least by the end of Scorpio season, moving into Sagittarius season. And there's going to be talks about marriage and commitment, security, stability. This is someone that you feel that you could have that with, and you're being blessed with that. Now, financially too, I feel like you are being blessed with an abundance of materialistic things. So money, or a car, or someone paying your rent for you, or you being blessed to purchase your own property or your own home. You might even marry someone that comes from a wealthy background, someone who has status, someone who has a home in the Hamptons, someone who comes from a long line of money. I'm also seeing the possibility of you receiving an inheritance, and you're gonna say, is this really happening? And it's like, yes, this is really happening. And this inheritance, if it's not money, it's just something that is very valuable to you, things that have been passed down from generation to generation. I feel like this is a generational blessing, not a generational curse. So some of you also may have received a gift from your ancestors that has to do with channeling, mediumship, dream interpretation. I feel like for some of you, this is about a spiritual gift that has been inherited. Health-wise, everything looks on point. I feel like you're healthy. Yeah, optimistic. You've been drinking a lot of water. You've been motivated to exercise or work out, or to take care of your health better, putting better things into your body. For some of you, I'm seeing a possibility of a family member coming to visit. Now, the only thing that, with the potential negative side of this, is that you're meeting a soulmate. This person, or twin flame, this person is meant to be in your life. It's no coincidence. However, you or the other person is already in a long-term established relationship. But you guys have a soul contract. So it's like, what can you do? Like, I know people don't like to hear that. Excuse me. And I get it. I mean, I get it. But when you look at things from a spiritual perspective, from a spiritual standpoint of view, I mean, things just make more sense. You tolerate more, you understand more. Because a lot of things are, conditioned. We've been conditioned to believe, because that's the experience we chose as humans. We came here for a human experience. But when you look at things from a higher perspective and realize that there's a higher purpose for all of this, there are lessons that we take back with us, your mind just expands a little bit more to what your current situation is. Not saying that things don't hurt, not saying that things are right or aren't wrong, but it just is. So I just want to kind of look into this Ten of Pentacles a little more. I'm also seeing this as like a spiritual family. like you finding a spiritual home, like a group of people that really accept you and you accept them. I feel like this is considered to be like an extended family. It might not be your blood, but it's your soul family or extended family. Someone has a dog. It doesn't have to be a golden retriever, but someone has a dog that you may be involved with, or you're the one with the dog. Those of you that have your own businesses, I feel like you're expanding your business. Your wealth is growing. Someone has been dreaming about you, or you have been dreaming about them. I'm also seeing this as the possibility for for some of you, this Ten of Pentacles is about being involved with someone who is in an established relationship. And it's like, what are we going to do about our love for one another? You know, what are you going to do? And someone is not wanting to make a decision, or someone is in denial about the situation or what's going on, but they're in love, or you're in love. I'm feeling like someone is trying to keep themselves busy in order not to think about that situation here. Someone may be avoiding you as well, talking about they have to work all the time. Especially I'm seeing someone who works for a major corporation or a government sector. Somebody's going to be really busy or hiding in their work. There's a need for alone time, isolation. I'm seeing someone holding back or keeping some sort of secret. Your intuition might be telling you something, or your intuition, you might have some red flags and you're trying to ignore it and you're praying for it not to be true. But for some of you, yeah, something's going on with your situation that you're seeing red flags and you're in denial about it, or you don't want to recognize it, or you just don't want to deal with it. And see, here with the moon, it's having something to do with secrets coming out. And also, I still feel like, yeah, this has something to do with moon being in Gemini, and you're having an overactive imagination for some of you. There's a need for clarity. I'm feeling like there is something that you may be confused about. Something needs clarification. Maybe you're trying to get the truth out of someone and they're avoiding confrontation, or they're just kind of making excuses not to talk about it or to meet up with you about something. If this is in regards to your work-related situation, and you've been trying to ask your supervisor for something, I feel like they've been ignoring you, not responding to your emails, like they're playing you kind of shady if this is talking about career. If this is talking about family, one of your family members has been avoiding you, or you have been avoiding one of your family members. I'm feeling like someone wants to spend a night, or someone wants to stay with you, and you're just like, I don't know about that. We're not going to be family after we live together. And someone is saying, you're selfish. You have enough space, or you have an extra bedroom, and it's just like, tough shit. I don't like people in my space. And for others of you, you may very well open up your home to someone, or someone is opening their home to you. Six of Cups clarified by Empress. So someone is like, they're sharing their secret. They're coming out. They're confessing that they're attracted to you, or they're flirting. Or, you know, if you flirt, they're flirting back. For some of you, it's with a coworker. Someone is saying, I've been feeling like this way for a long time, and they're taking a risk, and they're just, you know, opening up about how they feel. Somebody might even be sharing a fantasy. They're like saying, can I say something to you? Like, I had this dream about you, or I want to share this with you. I always had a fantasy that, you know, we would be together, or this and that. For some of you, it could be, like I said, Gemini, Aquarius, or Libra. Could be that air sign. Feeling like someone is speaking their mind or speaking their truth, and you're going to have clarity about a situation that didn't have clarity. Someone might, you know, be following you on social media, or maybe you guys start following each other because the attraction is mutual. So you guys might be following each other. Also, this is about someone maybe giving you a lot of attention, or putting you on a pedestal, paying you a bunch of compliments. And for others of you, you might have more than one person that is interested in you. Business-wise, I'm seeing this as, for some of you, returning back to your own business. Like, maybe you were working in the corporate world for a minute, and you decided that wasn't for you, and you've decided to put all of your energy into your home business, or your own business, whatever have you. You're like, no, I can't do what they say. I have to do what I want. I have to be free. I don't want to listen to my boss. I don't want somebody telling me when I can come and go. I want to come and go as I please. I want to do what I want to do. Both the Fool and the Empress, they're both independent. You want a job that makes you feel comfortable, that you can sit back and relax and do. There's no stress. You like jobs that don't involve a lot of stress. You just want to relax and be able to do what you want to do. For some of you, I'm picking up a fashion designer. Some of you are going back to start your business like you started on it. Either you are a fashion designer or a jewelry maker, and you're returning to your passion. After, especially, you're being pushed outside of your comfort zone. Like, you don't want to do it, you didn't want to do it, but now you're like, okay, you're motivated, you're confident, you have clarity about what direction you want to move in, and you're just going for it. I'm definitely seeing, even if you wanted to audition, because I am seeing recognition, or, yeah, I'm getting more so like recognition. So for some of you, you might be auditioning for a TV show to show off your skill or talent, especially if it's something like Project Runway, or if it's MasterChef. But I'm seeing someone audition for a TV show. And I feel like you get the part. You're going to be offered the part. After a period of waiting, I feel like you impress the director, and they're going to call you back in, or call you as saying that you're one of the finalists. Even hell, if it's The Bachelor or The Bachelorette, somebody's going on some show. Who is this Three of Wands? What are they looking at? I just forgot to set the timer today, so I don't know how long I've been talking. I apologize if this is running over. So it's clarified by the Six of Cups. So it's definitely someone from your past, especially if this person is like physically at a distance from you. Someone from your past, you're going to hear from them again, or they might be visiting you. But you're hearing from someone from your past. they're working their magic here, or this is something that you manifested. I feel like somebody's trying to convince you to give it another go round, and you don't want to hear it. Those of you that don't want to deal with an ex, it is an ex, and you're just like, oh my God, but they're just like really good. They're putting on they're putting their best foot forward. They're making all these promises to you. They're impressing you. You're being impressed, and you don't want to fall for it, but you might. For some of you, you're like, I'm not falling for that again. But for some of you, it's like, I don't know, like you're avoiding it. You're like, every time, like, I don't want to be disappointed. But they're trying to convince you, and they got you thinking about it. You're like, I don't know, maybe, can I trust them? Somebody's deciding like, I can't get back with you. So if it's an ex, I feel like you're turning down an ex. However, I still feel like you might have the choice between more than one person. One is an ex, one is a new person. And so you might decline the ex and move forward with the new person. Especially if that ex could be codependent or Capricorn. You like, shit, I just broke free from you. Like, I don't want that again. See, we got Earth coming out. Yeah, so for some of you, you might have an ex coming back. Could be an Earth sign, especially Capricorn. And especially if you have a twin flame. Your twin flame wants to come back around. They want to be in your life. They're talking about they want to settle down. They want to have children. They want to build a business or start a business with you. Finish where you left off. They're coming back acting like nothing happened too. Let's clarify this, lovers. I feel like it's a choice between old and new. Regardless, I feel that, there's a love connection. It's an opportunity being presented to you. The universe is saying it's totally up to you. We get it. We just putting it out there for you. Yeah, I feel it's clarified by the star. The star keeps coming out. So again, this could be Aquarian energy, or this can just be someone that having that telepathic connection and opening up with this person, feeling like you guys have something in common and so much to share. Someone is really willing to put themselves out there. They're willing to open up, to be vulnerable. They want to share. They want to be fair. Those of you that have this isn't in regards to love, is talking about some sort of spiritual gift that you're opening up to and learning about, learning how to use your gift and share with other people, or people are being really receptive towards the messages that you have to bring to them, especially if you're a channeler or a psychic or a medium or an empath. I feel that people are really taking to you. People are opening up to you. You guys are sharing with each other. You guys are healing each other. But in regards to love, it's about somebody from a distance who's willing to put themselves on a line. I feel like maybe at first they were afraid. The moon, the transit of the moon is making this happen. Especially if the moon is touching like your personal planet. It's when it goes into Gemini, especially. If you have planets in Gemini, or if you're like Gemini rising, or have Gemini 4th house, 7th house, or 10th house, this is going to be very significant for you. If you have Gemini on one of the angles. But this is definitely something about having to face your fears and being receptive here. Having like kind of surrendering to your fears, recognizing them, having awareness, becoming aware, becoming conscious It's consciousness and saying, I hear and I obey, or I hear and I surrender, or I now recognize the things that I've been burying, the things that I've been afraid of, the things that I have suppressed. It's just like coming to the realization of it. You could be doing this, or as someone else, or really I feel like you guys are a reflection of your deep subconscious fears of abandonment and or rejection. You guys are coming into each other's lives, and you are there for one another to walk this path. It's saying you don't have to walk this path alone. Like, I'm here for you. We have these things in common. Some of you have been afraid of your own success. There's a need for you to overcome that. I'm seeing too, someone has been really emotional about the past and really emotional about maybe missing an opportunity to be with you, or, you know, the fact that you guys broke up, or feeling like you're the one that got away. For some of you, I'm seeing an age difference. Like if two people are in your life, one is younger and mature, and one is older but youthful spirit. So they kind of have similar energies, just come in different packages. I feel like there's conflict or competition between these two people. Like people are competing for you at some point. Like all of a sudden now everybody wants to come out the woodwork. Everybody. And they're competing for you. And it's frustrating. It's like, where were you, you know, when I was lonely as hell? Like now you want to come around now that other people are in my life, making this difficult. Someone is being pushed outside of their comfort zone. They don't want to express how they feel, but the time has come for them to do it. All right, so that is all for those of you that picked deck 2. Let's move on to deck number 3. All right, deck number 3, central issue, heart of the matter. We have the 2 of Pentacles, the Fool, the Knight of Cups, Death, 4 of Pentacles, 9 of Swords, 4 of Swords, and 6 of Pentacles. All right, so someone literally feels like a fool. Someone put themselves out there. They took a risk, and they put themselves in an awkward situation. Yeah, someone put themselves in an awkward situation. They thought that they were, you know, they listened to their intuition. They're like, forget it. I'm just going to put myself out there. I don't care how I look. And you did, but it was like right after you did it, then you felt confused about what you did, or you felt conflicted. And you're like, I was confident, but now I don't know. Now I feel kind of stupid or foolish, or did I make a mistake? And something is going looping in your mind over and over again, or you're replaying the conversation or the incident. Something is going on. It's like on repeat. I mean, it might be a song for all I know, but for the most part, I feel like this is something that took place and you just keep looping it in your mind about what happened. Now, I'm also seeing this as, for some of you, you're dealing with someone who is in and out of your life. You're in a very unstable relationship. You guys are very opposite, but yet you keep coming in and out of each other's lives. First it's on, then it's off, it's hot, it's cold. It's very confusing. It's both of you, neither one of you knows what you really truly want. You guys fight like cats and dogs, but you love one another, and you just keep taking chances or keep taking risks. And I feel like someone is getting fed up though, and they're getting ready to walk away from this cycle. And I just noticed how the candle died out on this last one, and then we have the death card here. So someone is tired of this hamster wheel, this ongoing cycle. They're like, cut this shit. This needs to stop. It's time to get off. I'm tired. Enough is enough. You know, I can't beat a dead horse. I can't continue to try to work with something that has no life into it. It's just, I can't do this. So I'm seeing something that is coming to an end, maybe even realizing that, you know, it's for the best. Because someone is still, even after something is over or gone, someone is still trying to hold on. They're like, I don't want to let go. Someone is like holding on to a corpse. Like, would you let that person go and be buried? Like, what are you doing? Or you can't keep that casket in your living room. What are you doing? So someone is unwilling to let the dead die. Like, someone is constantly trying to resuscitate a skeleton. It's like, what are you doing? What are you doing? I'm really starting to feel like somebody is making like a fool out of themselves. Like, you don't get it yet. And you're not going to get it until you've reached rock bottom. Somebody needs to reach rock bottom, which I feel they will, in order to realize their past mistakes, their actions. You or the other person hasn't seen how you look, how your actions have made you look. And it's like, once you realize, you're going to be ashamed. It's like, oh my God, I'm so embarrassed. Or how could I have been so foolish? Why did people let me do this? Where were you? Why didn't you tell me I was being a fool? We did. You weren't listening. And you're like, oh my God, I'm so embarrassed. Is that the way I look? It's almost like getting to look at your life in life review, like when you die and you're supposed to look at your life on a movie screen, and you just kind of like cringing at your past actions. You're like, this is so cringe worthy. Can we please fast forward? Like, I get it now. I get it. Okay. So I'm feeling like someone is finally getting the picture. It's like, finally, I don't know what it is, but it's like, finally, you get it. You're messing with something that will never work. It's not worth it for you to keep putting yourself out there like that. It's not worth it for you to keep risking something when you've done it before. It's like, okay, we get it. Everyone needs to make a risk and fail, but it's like, it's repeated failure. And maybe it's because of the approach, you know. I mean, I agree, you know, try again, but at some point you gotta let go or try with somebody else. It's just because I'm getting the picture from looking at these cards that something is just like a done deal. It's just over. It's nothing happening. It's nothing growing. Someone has been very stubborn, very egotistical. Someone just could not see their errors, but something finally snaps them out of it. I feel like somebody's finally snapping out of it here. And I feel like once that happens, somebody is going off into hiding or isolation, just kind of needing to take a time out, needing to rest, because it's like you've been through enough. You've maybe experienced some sort of trauma in your life. And if this isn't in regards to love, for some of you, it could be about someone who, I'm not predicting a death. Those of you that watch me know I don't predict deaths. When I'm talking about death, I'm talking about somebody like a physical death. I'm talking about someone who has either already crossed over by the time you see this video, they've already crossed over. Or it's about someone who is expected to die, like someone is in a hospice or someone is on life support, and you already know that, you know, that time is coming. So as speaking of life support, it could be for some of you that, you know, that is literally the case. Someone, your loved one is gone. They're not even in their body anymore, but you are refusing to let them go. You are not allowing them to move forward because they're worried about you. They're like, man, how can I move forward? I just feel like I want to comfort their soul all the time. You know, I don't want to leave their side. If they feel like they need me, I don't want to leave by their side. And so I'm feeling like someone is having a very, very hard time letting someone go. Like with me just saying that life support, this is someone at peace. They look alive. They look like they're asleep. You know, but they're hooked up. They're not breathing on their own. But you don't want to believe that. You're seeing them making moves and gestures and things, and you know, it's like those twitches, those are just sensory nerves or whatever. It's not them. The doctors have tried to tell you that that's probably what that is, but you're like in denial. Like, no, I know they're still in their body. And this is them. They're like, no, I'm not in that body anymore. That's a shell you're looking at. I'm not there. I'm here. My spirit is around you, but I'm not here. But it's just like somebody's not wanting to let that person go. They're holding on. They're holding on to the physical. They're holding on to the memories. They're just holding on, and they're just having a very difficult time letting go. And I'm feeling like finally at some point, this is finding that balance, finding that peace, and saying, okay, let me do what's best. Let me do the right thing. I want to be fair. You know, I don't want to keep my loved one here if they're no longer in that body. You know, what is the purpose? What is the point? So there's a need to reach that point of balance, calmness, emotional peace within you. So spiritually, or in regards to dealing with family or something on that level, I feel like that is what this is talking about. Now, if it comes to a job, same thing. It's like you're constantly trying to make something work that isn't for you. You should have been left, but you're still holding on to a position where you have no growth. The company has no growth. I mean, it's just a dead end situation that you're unwilling to let go of. You're not even really making that much money. You're just able to, barely keep it together, barely. It's like you're barely making ends meet with this job, and you're holding on to it for what? Like, why are you holding on so tightly to this job as if you can't find anything else? So for some of you, you might be suffering because you're holding on to something that you should let go of. And that's really the overall message for any situation with these cards that came out. You're holding on to something that has no more life. So I'm still going to go ahead and clarify a few things here. Let's clarify the death card. Hell, I mean, a death card could be your old car that you need to trade in or sell or give away to charity. You might be holding on to, you might be a hoarder or dealing with someone that's a hoarder. Someone living in just a pile of madness because they're, I don't know, everything is sentimental to them. Everything, they feel like they can't let go. Everything is, they're going to need it one day. One day it's going to come in handy. You might be dealing with a hoarder, or you yourself could be a hoarder. And I feel like you need to let those things go. You need to donate them or give them away to charity. Yeah. Death card clarified by Three of Swords. So again, this is something that has caused you pain, sadness. It could be an ex. It could be someone who you're no longer with. There's a need for you to separate from the past. Let go of the past. Embrace, if it's in regards to love, embrace being single. You need to have confidence in yourself. You need to understand your worth. It's your independence and your confidence that's attractive to people. And right now you might be lacking that. I feel like you've been very busy hiding behind your work, or hiding behind a relationship. Like you're only holding on to a relationship because that's all you know. Or that person has now become who you identify with. You're no longer identified as being Dwayne. You're identified as Dwayne and Maggie, whatever the case. You know, it's just like, who is Dwayne by himself? Who is Maggie by herself? You know, so somebody is holding on to a relationship for their own sake of identity. You know, they don't want to have an identity crisis. You know, God forbid you're not with that person anymore. Who am I? You know, who do I go bowling with? Who do I play pool with? Who do I, you know, who's going to be my partner when at the gatherings? Like, you mean I have to go alone? How embarrassing. Who wants to do that? You mean when I want to go to the movies, I have to go alone? Who wants to do that? So someone is holding on to something for the sake of their own ego, their own identity. There's a need to break free from that and get clarity here. There's a need to cut these strings loose. I feel like there's a lot of strings that are attached to you that need to be cut loose. And you need to tie up any loose ends. Something needs to be finalized. Something needs to be spoken. Someone has also been avoiding a situation, fearing, you know, about talking about it, but there's a need to talk about it. Just get it out. I'm also seeing this as someone that you are close to that lives at a distance, but it's like you guys haven't been talking to one another, especially if it was like a recent, like if you recently relocated or they recently relocated and this person has been completely silent and they've been saying, oh, I've been busy. You haven't really heard much from them. I feel like finally you guys are going to get to have a conversation. This person has been lurking around your page or watching you from a distance, but they've been avoiding the situation. They know you wanted to talk. They've been avoiding that conversation and just keeping their space and keeping their distance. And now they're preparing to come back around. They're like, okay, I owe them this much. Let me say something. Let me call them. Or this could be your energy. Let me say something. Let me call. Some of you could be dealing with a Capricorn, Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces, Libra, or Gemini. For some of you, this is about, like I said, that codependency, whether it's you're codependent to a job or a relationship. It's holding on to something out of fear, resisting or trying to avoid breaking up. I'm also seeing someone being very jealous, like whoever's been watching you from a distance, especially if you work with your partner, there's been some sort of jealousy going on in the workplace. They don't like you getting too close to people. They won't let you have your freedom or your space. They keep coming around and interrupting. They see you having a conversation with somebody. They come and interrupt or find a way to fit into the conversation. Like they won't give you a minute alone to yourself. And it's like, oh my God, I feel so smothered. Like, I feel like I'm trapped or stuck. Like this person is a leech. So someone is taking all of your energy away. Others of you too, I'm seeing this as, and you know, I'm not saying this, please don't be offended, but I'm feeling like maybe there's someone who has special needs around you. And although you love this person with all your heart, they take all your energy away. They take your life away. Because your life is dedicated towards taking care of them. So it's almost like someone is special needs or having like cerebral palsy or something of that sort, where they need you. And, you know, that is your mission, that is your purpose. And although you become overwhelmed, you love this person and you would die for them. You would do anything for them. And you keep that in mind. You try to focus on, you know, yours, because you guys have a spiritual contract too. You know, they're in another life, in the other world. They're healthy, their spirit and carefree. You know, they don't have this body attached to them. But you guys made an agreement. Hey, I'm gonna come into this life and you're gonna need to take care of me. And, you know, you agree to that? Yes, I agree to it. So always think of us as avatars. Those of you that are gamers, when you picking out those characters, you don't think about the consequences, do you? You just know you're about to play Fortnite or you're about to play The Sims or whatever the case. You might get killed. You might, when you're picking those characters in a video game, you're not thinking about you like, oh, I got 3 lives. In my philosophy, it's the same way. Before you come to Earth, you ain't thinking of too much of this and that. You just like, oh, I know I'm gonna be this character, this family, my boyfriend, girlfriend. This is the role I'm gonna have, this and that. And the purpose is to make it through, to succeed. And so when you hear, you forget all of that though, because why would you remember? It's not gonna be fun. It's not gonna be a game. But that's how I look at it. But yeah, I'm feeling like for some of you, this is about, there's someone in your life, and that might be like a one-off message for somebody, to hang in there and to stay strong and to keep taking care of that person, because that person is a part of your spiritual contract too. Yeah, see, this is destiny here. It was destined. This person might be a fire sign. They could be Aries, Leo, Sag. And then for others of you, like I said, this is talking about some sort of job or a toxic situation. Especially maybe air and fire sign, they're no longer on the same page. They're both dead in a relationship, but the both of them are just holding on. And it could be just for the sake of their image here, just for whatever. So yeah, that is the message that I have for those of you that chose deck 3. Hope it resonated. You guys, please remember, if you want a personal or private reading, do not call that 1-800 number. That's just for you to store. I don't really even know. Maybe I will take it down because I've been so busy. You know, I don't know when I'm going to get a chance to take calls anymore. But, you know, you can always book your video readings here with me. So thank you guys. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Many blessings to you.